All right. Oh, wait. Where are we? Hold on. Let me fix this. Hold on. I don't know what happened. There we are. Oh my gosh. I'm just having a week with this streaming and stuff, right? Looks like that's all set. I don't know why there wasn't a picture there. Let's see what happens. Oh yeah. So it all ay, ay, ay. All right, hang in there with me. I'll get this sorted out. Come on. There we go. There we go. Oh my goodness. What is up with this computer stuff? Gee willikers. Man, oh man, oh man, oh. Hang in there with me. We're getting it. We're gonna get it all solved. All right, let me just double check and make sure. I'm on Facebook. I found myself on my phone. So we should be good. I don't know what's up with my computer. It's just taking forever to pull up. Let me just double check the YouTube and see. There we are. Okay, it's going. It's going. All right, so we should be good. We should be good. Wow, yikes. Computers. Gotta love them, right? All right. So I decided to pull this cat out because I haven't used it yet. I have not made any of the things on here. And let me look. Layered landscapes. I think it is on. It is. It's on the last chance list for only $20. So it's $5 off. It was selling for $25. It's now on the last chance list for $20. So that's a great deal for you. And I was thinking that the plants one, if you like the frames and you don't want the stuff that's in it, you could still do that as well. Let's see. Nope, I'm not seeing. So I don't know if they still have the other one. So let's get to it and get this made because it's time. All right, so all inclusive means everything's in the box. All you need is a pair of scissors. I did also grab my take your pick tool. I know there are plenty of dimensionals in here to be able to do it. So we're just going to break all these out. So this one comes with frames that are a little different than the plant one. They're a little bit bigger, a little bit wider, and they are not just a stark white. They kind of have a wood tone-ish to them. There we go. So they're not stark white. They're a little off-white, I guess you could say. I know in the picture there in the camera, it looks plain white, but they're thicker so that there will be more room here so they're not so flat. So the plant ones were a little bit, I thought, on the flat side, but these have a little more depth to them. So you could, after these, you know, once you don't want to look at those anymore, you can still use these kind of as a shadow box. All right, so let's see about this. There we go. So just kind of pushing them all back. I'm just standing them up, looking at me. Just kind of pushed all back just to kind of show you the depth that there is there. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I forgot my lights. It's a lot easier to see with lighting. And let's get that out of the way. There we go. I'll bring that a little further down. Here we go. We're getting there. We're getting there. Man, we've been going live more often, but seem to be having more issues. So Let's see if we can stop that because I'm not liking the issues. All right, so here are our instructions. All right, one for each, well, 1 to 2 for each one. No, it looks like one. So 1, 2, 3, 4 pictures. And then it shows you how to put them together. All right, so on this side, it shows you what you need for each picture. So here's the ingredients. You know, on the other kits, it has one page and tells you. So we'll just do it this way. And here are some glue dots. And look, these are, instead of dimensional dots, we have strips. All right, lots of strips. Then we have our frames. So each one is going to need a frame. I'm just going to put those with the frames. And then we have our backings. All right, so let's start with number 1. Do they have it in order? Yes, they do. No, they don't. Let's see. Yes, they do. So it's this one. And then they have these layers all together. All right, and then we have, so we'll do it that way. We'll pull it apart that way. I didn't do the plant one. Did I do the plant one? I did not do the plant one in the frame. Natasha did the plant one in the frame, and then I went ahead and did it as cards for the make and take at our May one. So we're going to start with this one. At our May retreat, we use the plants to make cards instead of these because we use the frames for something else. So we have this card base, or this background, and then we're going to put the stripes, the strips here. So we're going to flip this over this way, and we're going to take the strips and peel off one and put it right about here. And then we're going to peel off some more, like this. So let me know if you have this one or if you've been thinking about getting this one. Since it is in the last chance list, that means once they sell out, they're gone and they're not coming back. So if you have been wanting it, you would definitely want to take advantage of that right now, because once it's gone, it's gone. And I don't have any extras of these. I have extras of the plant ones. I might have one of these. So if you don't get it, you can ask me and I will let you know. There we go. So we're going to take this off. And this comes off pretty easy with a fingernail. The backings. If you struggle with it, then of course we have our Take Your Pick tool, which will take away pretty much all the struggles. All right, so then we're going to lay this on here, and we're going to be lining it up with the bottom. So I'm going to do it like this. Nope. All right, we're going to lay it down this way. Excuse my head. I want to make sure I get it all lined up. All right, there we go. And then we're going to take our next layer, which is this one, and flip it over. And same thing, we're going to be putting basically 5 strips. So 1 strip up here, and then 1 full line. And so I'm just kind of keeping it about even. Let's see. So close to the edge. So we line it up. And I'm not overly worried about how straight it is because it's not going to be visible. Because no one's going to be looking down the back side of your plant. I mean, of your mountain scene, right? So I asked what landscape do you like to look at? Do you like an ocean landscape? Do you like a forest landscape? Do you like a mountain landscape? A desert landscape? What landscape do you like to be looking at? So you can now see why it's kind of thick inside here, because we're doing all these different layers. All right. Then we're going to take our next one, which is this one, flip it over. And I'm just following right here on the instructions how to put it together. So this time, instead of 2 rows, we're going to do 1 row here, 1/2 row, and then across the bottom. All right, and again, I'm not going exactly to the bottom, and I'm just kind of butting these up to each other to make sure they stay in. There we go. All right, so here we go. Pull these like that. And I'm just making a pile of strips. And then again, we're going to line this up. Now, if your edges aren't perfectly aligned, I wouldn't worry about it, because they're going to be tucked a little bit into the frame. All right, so mine are a little bit off, but it's okay, because again, it's going to be tucked down and around in the frame. All right, and then we have our last one, which is going to have a diagonal one here, like that, and then the ones across the bottom, which they have it right on the bottom edge, but I just don't feel inclined to do it exactly on that bottom edge. All right, and then I've just been tucking them together like that. Now these, I noticed, do not have the plastic cover. So the plant ones had a plastic overlay that you could put so that they don't get all dusty and whatnot. This does not have that. At least not that I'm seeing. All right, so then we have our little front piece here. And laying that. Oh, that's great, but you can see the layers. All right, we've got all those layers. Oh, and it looks like I'm not good at going straight, so once I start going up, I kept going up. But that's okay, because what we're going to do is stick it in our frame. And so you just want to fold these up like this. You can use a screwdriver. It didn't really hurt with my hand. And then we're going to put the frame in there first. Let's double check that with that final instruction piece. Here we go. So we put the frame with glue dots. Where's those glue dots? Here's those glue dots. So we're going to use the glue dots, therefore we need, take your pick tool. You could use the point of your scissors as well, but I find that this is easier. I'm actually going to just put this on here because we're going to be sticking that in there anyways. I think it would be easier to just have it on here than try and figure out where on that paper it is. So we'll pull that up as we go. So let me just zoom in a little bit for you. Hi, Missy. Yes, I think so too. I'm going to have it up. I have the plant one too, but I just don't have wall space in here. So I'm crossing my fingers that I find some wall space maybe in the house for these. And the plant ones. I had someone say the plant frame was the only way they could have plants and not kill them. So I do pretty well. I wouldn't say I had like a great green thumb, but I have a pretty decent green thumb. All right, so then this is going to sit in here. And once you have it kind of centered, then you can push it down where those glue dots are. And that way you didn't have to worry about where on the white paper you're going to put it. Then you're going to put this in here, like, there we go. And then you'll have this. Come on. So if you don't pull it up enough, then it gets stuck. So you can either hang them up or you can stand them up. So I could probably put these actually on my mantle. Ouch. Good way to break a nail. No, we don't want to do that. All right, so I'm not sure. Do we stick that? I almost feel like we should stick that to the back, because how do you keep it from falling forward? All right, I'm going to do something just a little bit different. And I'm going to put just a couple glue dots on here. So that way you're not tearing it up when you want to change it out and do something different. But I feel like it needs something to kind of hold that top part where there's no thickness to it. What do you think? Would you be inclined to do the same thing? Because you see how it's all angled down? And this way I can put this in. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. We'll get these all laid down. Get this laid down. There we go. And so now it looks like this. And when you stand it up, it stays like that, but it's got that wonderful dimension and those layers on there. All right, so let's do the next one. And it is, what's next? I think it is the desert. Yeah, it's the desert one. So I've been to, well, I grew up in the desert. So, but there's no, they have little saguaros, but no main saguaros. Bummer. I would have absolutely loved this if it had saguaros. And I would consider using the saguaro from the ephemera kit, except that it's a totally different picture feel. So it would really stand out. So I won't do that. But it is tempting. Let me tell you, I love saguaros. That's pretty much the main thing that I miss from Arizona and the desert is my saguaros that were in the Southwest there. All right, so we're going to do this. Let's see if I can keep this lined up better than the last time when I kept shifting that. All right, here we go. Just pull these off nice and easy. Again, you can use your take your pick tool if you don't have a nail that will get up under there. All right, here we go. I have driven past this. I can't, it's in northern Arizona, like northeastern Arizona. Something similar to this. I've driven past, but I think it's on the reservation, the Navajo reservation, but I can't think of what it was called. So it's pretty cool. The red rocks. This is not, oh, unless this is supposed to be Sedona. I'm not sure. It could be Sedona. Possibly. Sedona, though, there's like a red rock church that kind of stands out, but that could be around the corner. So Sedona is south of Flagstaff, so sometimes we would go there when I was in college in Flagstaff. Oh, Missy's been chatting. All right, if you had an extra acetate sheet, you could use that to protect from the dust. Yes, you could if you have an acetate sheet that's large enough. It's a pretty good size square. You could use the one from the other kit as well, which I might consider doing. And then, great idea for the extra glue dots. Yeah, and yet if you push on the back, it still pushes it forward. So you almost have to have something to where your frame is held back. But if you're standing it up like this or hanging it, if you're standing it up or hanging it, I don't think that's going to be much of an issue. But yeah, so you could use that stamp set from forever ago and cut one out. Yeah, but the colors, the whole style, the detail of the stamp set, I think would be more than there's detail on here. So I'll just forego it. They've got little ones. I can live with that. I do love my Swaros, though. I really miss my Swaros. We had one in our yard that didn't have any arms yet, so it was just like this. It didn't have any arms yet, so it wasn't very old. And yet, in people ages, it was old, because they don't even start getting their arms until about 100 years old. So the ones that you see that have many arms and stuff, they're really, really old. And we had some in the Saguaro National Monument, which is like a drive-through Saguaro Park kind of thing. You can get out and walk a little bit, but there's, there's rattlesnakes and there's cacti that jump out at you. The cholla like to jump out at you and attach themselves to you, so that's not always an easy thing to do. As Natasha found out, I don't think it was cholla. I think she walked past something else and or she got it in her foot, or no, it was in her leg, and oh my gosh, that was painful. She was quite the trooper, though. We had to pull out all those spines. Whew, yeah, cacti, they're not alive as in a wild animal attacking you, and they're typically not poisonous unless you happen to be allergic to a little bit. But they can be really painful and cause quite the mess on your legs or feet or hands, depending on how you touch them. So I can live with these little saguaros, and then these agave type plants. I can live with that. I think I'll just give these to my mom. I think she'll like them. She's in my bedroom right now, so she's got all my stuff in the bedroom. But one of these days, we'll have another place. All right, so here we go. I'm going to put these glue dots around on here. Much easier than trying to figure out where on those squares to put it. Not taking the chance that you're putting it in the wrong place. All right. And here. All right. So I know for me, I was talking in the unboxing live about the sale coming on tomorrow, the two-tone paper sale. So I'm going to go put everything in my cart today so that tomorrow all I have to do is hit checkout and be able to get the paper. I've been wanting to have it for my retreats anyway, so this will be perfect timing to have this wonderful sale. I mean, 20% off. Whew! That's a savings. I'm not even sure if I know how much a pack of them are. A pack of two-tone paper. I'm not even sure if I know. So we're going to put this in here like that. And I'm going to see how it does, if it does anything different without the glue dots in there. Because I feel like the glue dots really didn't make it stay. It just made it stick to the board. It didn't make it stay upright. But let's see if there's a difference between this one and that one. Because as long as this falls forward, it falls forward anyways. So there we go. That looks pretty awesome. That looks pretty familiar to me, having driven around most of Arizona. Hi, Kiswa. This is the layered landscapes kit from Stampin' Up, and it's in the last chance list, so it's on clearance right now for only $20. So we're making all the layered landscapes, and they look great. So this was the first one we made, and now this one. So we have a river scene, a river landscape, we have a desert landscape, and now we're going to go on to our next landscape, which is, looks like another river. Here we go. Another little river, but more flatlands. Some trees still, some mountains. So let's see how this is going to look. So we have two with water, which I like water. Anything with water works for me. And we have our no-fail instructions here. Let me find this one. So we're going to follow this and put our strips on our backings. So we're going to go here. We're going to do 3 strips on this one. So 1, 2, 3. I am enjoying doing these Kit Together Tuesdays. I thought I was going to have my new kits for today, but it turned out that that's not what's in my boxes today. My boxes had the sweet sale stuff. And so that was all before that. I ordered on the 30th of June. So that means my next box should have the kits, the 2 new kits for this month. One is a birthday kit and one is a Halloween kit. I'm thinking that Halloween kit's going to be super fun. Nope, nope, that one's a little too crooked. Quick, quick, quick. Pick it up, pick it up. There we go. Let's try that again. There we go. And then we're going to take this one and flip it over, and we're just doing it in layers. So now I have all of this around here that I can use. I won't throw this away because I'll still use this. I'm just not going to use it here because it would take more time to cut it. I'm just going to go ahead and dig right in to this one. All right, so don't throw that away because you can still trim it up and use it for any of your cards or scrapbooks or other projects that you have going on. All right, so never throw away the edges on these because you can use them for anything else. And I don't seem to be making the straight lines that they make in their picture. I was doing pretty straight, but now all of a sudden this one is way wonky. But Missy knows wonky is pretty much me. All right, here we go. There we go. All right. There we go. So that is looking cool. Lots of water. Lots of water. I like water. All right, so now this one is going to have one that's diagonal again, like that other one did. And then just a partial line over here. And these dimensionals, this dimensional strip, this is just to help give it some support and give it that separation. And that separation from each other is what makes it look like it has the dimension, like it's real. Well, okay, not real as in the sense of being there, but just gives it that separation look. All right. There we go. Look at that. And our last one, another diagonal. And then one straight line across the bottom. Like that. And then we will be done with picture. Ooh, got that one right on the edge. Let's try that again. There we go. There we go. And there we go. So that one got, wow, that one got wonky. See what I'm saying? I'm all wonky. I think I'm just going to go from here down. That seems to be, oh, definitely don't want it above the line because then it will show. All right, below I'm okay because it's going to be hidden by the frame. Above we don't want. There we go. Looks like the river going through. See, and if you didn't have these, then it would just be the whole river. But this way it looks like the river or lake coming through. All right, so we're going to take another one of these frames. Take out the back part. And we're going to put some glue dots again on here so that the white frame sticks to it. Pop up the white top. Missy, do you have any of these? So these are just quick and easy home decor that you can use for a time and then put something else in there if you want. Oh, there we go. Went the wrong way. So I'll use these for a time, and then if I feel like I need a change, I can pop out that which is in here. And then I can put something else in the frame. The frame doesn't go bad. The frame doesn't, I mean, it'll get dusty, but it's easy to wipe. The paper, after a while, you just can't clean the paper. You can blow it off. You can blow the dust off. You can put a piece of acetate over the front of it, but in time, it will show its age. And it may fade from the sun if you have it near the sun. Over time, paper fades. There's not, I don't know of any paper that doesn't, so there's no way to prevent that 100%. Some papers last longer than other papers. I think ours last pretty good because they're quality paper. That one doesn't want to go through. There we go. All right. So we'll put this in there. Wow. They came out okay, but they don't want to go back in okay. All right, so then we're gonna fold those back down. There we go. Whew. Thumb's getting a little bit tired, so I'm gonna use my Take Your Pick tool. See, another way that you can use your Take Your Pick tool. There we go. All right, and then we have this scene. So very cool. So we have a big river, we have a little stream and the mountains, and we have the desert. So let's see. We do not have an ocean theme though. We don't have an ocean one. This time around we have the really big mountain meadows, which makes me think of my wonderful Glacier Park that is nearby because we do have some snow up there still. So we're going to take this one and we're going to flip this over and we're going to do the same thing. All right, we're going to use those strips and there we go. All right, so with the plants, that one's a little bit different in the sense that they have the dimensionals behind parts of the plants, and then it has the hanging bowls or the pots, whatever the pots are that the plants are in. I'll have to show that one to you sometime. I've already got that one made, not as alive. There we go. Then we're going to put these mountains in. All right, same thing. Do our little strips. There will be extra strips, so then you can just use them on your other projects, whether it's cards or whether it is scrapbooks. They will be great. These would be really great for shaker cards because you've got your straight edges. And don't forget to use the outer area, the outer layer of it as well. So now this one goes like this. So here we are, the side still. All right, then we have this one, and it is all, these are all no diagonals on this one. This is all just straight lines of dimensional strips. So keeping it simple, keeping it easy. That's the beauty of these all-inclusive stamps. So, I mean, all-inclusive kits. So you've seen I've used, haven't even used scissors except to open the plastic. I pretty much have just used my Take Your Pick tool for the glue dots and for pushing that one thing down. All right, here we go. And then our meadow. And that's it. So could you use the scissors for your glue dots if you don't have a Take Your Pick tool? Although if you don't have a Take Your Pick tool, I highly, highly recommend a Take Your Pick tool. All right. So the two-tone paper sale starts tomorrow. I did put a post up about it. There will be another one coming tomorrow. And then we also have the Super Saturday coming. I will do a post for that too, so you can get registered for that. Registration closes July 31st because Kelly and I both have to then cut all our supplies and get everything ordered and cut and prepared for you. And it's going to be a total blast. So I trust that you can make it. It is on Zoom, so it's a virtual event only, not in person because she's in North Carolina and I am here in Montana. So it's a virtual online event on Zoom so that we can actually talk to each other and you can ask questions if you don't understand how to do something. There will be 3D projects. There will be fun folds. There will be shaker card, at least one. And then there will be 2 tables gifts as well. Plus you get a half pack of DSP, a full, oh, that one didn't even stick, a full jar of Itty Bitty Boca Mix, and then all the ingredients to make each of the 10 projects, excuse me. So lots, plus you'll get the stamp set and the punch. I guess I should mention that. You'll get the stamp set and the punch, and then you'll be able to add on the Christmas one if you would like to, as an add-on for another $20. All right, so that information is coming out in the newsletter this week, as well as a post on Facebook here today. Oh, let's put this in. Let's see. Boy, it sure likes to come out a lot easier than it likes to go back in. So we're going to use the tip of our putty end. That's going way easier and a lot gentler on my thumb. I wasn't using my thumbnail, but I was using the pad of my thumb. And that was a little bit hard on it to do all of these. Some of them are hard. All right, so here we go. And they all stand up like this. All right, but so that you can see them, I will put them like this. We'll zoom out a little ways so you can see the 4 framed landscapes. All right, so I trust you enjoyed this kit. Remember, it's on sale right now for $20. It's $5 off. It was $25. It's $20. If you are a demonstrator, you get your demonstrator discount as well. It's in the last chance section. You can find it over at junebugcreations.stampinup.net. And I just highly recommend it if you like that. Even if you just want the frames, 4 frames for 20 bucks, and you do something else with this, you could totally use these in a scrapbook, and mine may end up in a scrapbook eventually anyways. So just some ideas of what you can do with it. Ooh, I shrunk. My chair shrunk. All right, so thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate it, and I will be back here on Thursday for Thunderstruck Thursday at 1:30. Yeah, 1:30 on Thursday, 1:30 Mountain Time on Thursday, 3:30 Eastern Time on Thursday. I'll see you then. Have a great rest of your day and have a wonderful Wednesday. Bye-bye.